I'm on Chaos side here with Hell's Nikobe, who's just loaded in.
I'm going to head over, make sure everything's okay with Nemesis's rack. Zoom in there, make sure everything's kosher.
What? You're not going to look at Hell's?
Nah, she's good. I'm checking to make sure she doesn't have any like brass knuckles or anything hidden underneath her clothes. You know, standard rough stuff.
Yeah, clearly fairness.
And we're seeing Nikobe right off the bat is going with that silver mail or silver breastplate. Probably, well, obviously going right into that breastplate of power, which is a great item on Hell. Even though, actually, no, because this isn't a mage, he's going up against all those stats are going to be very useful for Hell.
So one thing about Breastplate of Valor is that it has so many useful stats, but if you're not going up against somebody physical, then you're losing out on one of the most important stats of it. But this is probably the best situation for this.
Oh, it's absolutely, it is hands down one of the best items in the game right now. Obviously, it works a little bit less in this 1v1 joust, but 75 magical or physical protection is one of the highest you can get, plus the 25% cooldown reduction, everything like that. It's just great.
Now, Dabeer is doing something we have yet to see in these matches and actually warding the damage camp.
Yeah, he dropped that. He didn't have a big of a start as anything else. The only thing he's picked up is mace. So, yeah, I'm really interested to see how this early game is going to go for him. I don't think he's going to be able to burst down Hell, and Hell has the sustained advantage.
Already taking a very... well, definitely playing the I'm going to be as aggressive as possible round. Oddly using his 2 as a minion clear over anything else. But managing to wave down those minions just enough to actually start doing some damage to Hell at this point. He also has 2 other wards and a salvation, which I believe he just popped.
He used a lot of mana early on to do that early harass, and as you can see, doesn't have much of an effect on it. Unfortunately, though, Hell did not pick up any sort of mana restoration items, so anything he's using, he's blowing through.
You're playing extremely aggressive right now, especially for a range or for a melee versus a ranged. They're very wisely fleeing at this point. He's pushing back to the tower to put some pressure on and at least give him a little bit of time.
Yeah, Dabeer's going to have to head back and pick up some items. Maybe get something a little bit going there. Maybe pick up some potions as well for some sustain. But yeah, he's going to go back and he's building up that second level of the mace. I imagine he's working into a Jotun's Wrath.
Yeah, it's probably the best bet at this point to get cooldown reduction as much as they keep hitting cooldowns on Nemesis at this point. And it's only going to get worse.
She's too strong, John. She's too strong. Needs to be nerfed. Nerfed to the ground.
Nikobe did pick up Breastplate of Valor as expected. It's only 1 level of shoes at this point. Nikobe did pick up Meditation, though, so that's a little bit more in-lane sustain now.
Interesting enough, Dabeer goes in, slashes all of them down, and then returns immediately as soon as he had enough for Jotun's Wrath. So he's coming back into lane with that cooldown reduction now.
It seems like it'd be an odd choice, but I don't think it'd be too bad, because sometimes when you need that tier 3, you just want to make sure that you have that bonus and that you can be a little bit more effective for that.
I mean, it's worth going back for that 25% cooldown because that can have a huge advantage in a team fight. You know, having that ability to dash up just before you're about to die or get that last slice and dice in before they manage to escape.
Oh, Dabeer again going in for a full assault to Hell and now really, really laying in the damage. The Kobe forced on the flea managed to, yeah, Going to manage to escape, but Dabeer is just determined to do some damage right now. A little serpentine dash right there. Nikobe now forced to use the mana on his own health.
Hell was very close there. Just managed to switch stances and get that heal in before where she was about to go down. But that heal is just so potent. I mean, you saw she's at full health now. Basically full mana, has not had to retreat, but Dabeer took so much damage he has to go back. And that lets Nikobe get this advantage in lane, get that level advantage, get a little extra XP and minions.
Now Nikobe's going for a full assault on the tower. Dabeer is going in. Focusing more on the minions than on Hell right now. Dabeer also picking up a Morning Star, so let's see how he builds into that one.
Might actually, I think Morningstar could build into Heartseeker, Winged Wand, or something else. I can't remember them. Witch's Blade, possibly.
Dabeer again for a full assault on Nikobe. I think a smart move for Dabeer at this point would be to pick up the active that keeps Nikobe from healing. He would have had at least 2 or 3 kills by now had not Nikobe had the ability to just bring up all her health back. Her being Hell.
That's the key. He needs to pick up either the Brawler's Beat Stick or get the Weakening Curse. He needs to keep that cooldown reduction. Or get a Pestilence. Something to prevent Hell from being able to heal that much. Because her single target heals are huge right now.
And again, using a minion push, Hell's just going to retreat and let the minions do the work on the tower. Well, the thing, as far as assaults are going, Dabeer has the physical damage of, advantage. At no point is Hell really putting much of a threat onto the Dabeer until he basically expends all his abilities. Hell brings back most of her health, and then we've got Dabeer basically on the run again. Dabeer looks to be heading towards the damage camp at this point.
He's going to ward it down, protect it. Is he actually going to go for it, though? Yeah, well, no, it looks like this time he's also just going to leave. Well,
he seems a little indecisive in that situation. Maybe perhaps going...
I'll go for it. Now I'll go back. No, I'm going to fucking go for it.
Nah, he's instead going for the speed camp, so might be a little bit more useful. Again, I do believe... Does speed camp, in fact, help with cooldown reduction?
Speed camp does not help with cooldown reduction. It adds movement speed and attack speed onto that. So he's going to look to try to use that to catch up with Hell and to get a little extra damage in there to get more auto attacks in.
Oh, this might work out for him. Oh, extremely nicely timed. But again, Nikobe just manages to keep the health up.
Well, her heal's down.
Oh no, it was so close. One more swipe would have had her.
And we're seeing that same situation, as you said. Nikobe's now just healing back up from it. Dabeer has no mana, no health, and now has to retreat.
Well, we get kind of what we see as an over and over again. Hell manages to get the minions up to the tower, wipes them down, lets the minions do most of the damage to the tower. Dabeer comes in with a strong assault, pushes back, but just not enough to finish. Again, Dabeer going after Nikobe hard, but always using that cleanse. And then boom, Hell completely healed up again.
I mean, it's great. He managed to prevent that slow that comes from the slice and dice, keep himself to the point where he can keep moving. And he's actually... Dabeer's picked up the Hydra's Lament. It's an item I don't see too often now. It does let him reach that 40% cooldown reduction cap, but doesn't do anything to prevent Nikobe from healing away all the damage.
The one thing I'm noticing Dabeer is doing, which is a little odd, is that he'll use the first dash that Nemesis has, but he'll immediately follow up with the second dash, even if it's not any real advantage for him. I've often noticed that I'm better off canceling. But Dabeer might have the kill. He's not really... No, he's... Oh, he was hesitating, and he may have been able just to run in and finish Nikobe off, but it didn't work out for him. Oh, and blue apparently is cooldown reduction. I thought it was just mana.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a 10% cooldown reduction and MP5 gain.
I don't remember that always being there, but then again, I never really paid much attention.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Kobe fleeing. Dabeer now has a little chance to push some minions.
Sash. I imagine Hell might be, she could be going into the Gem of Isolation. Be a bit of an interesting one because of Dabeer having those 2 dashes. I don't know how effective it would be, but no, actually going into the Warlock Sash with that, staying behind to get that extra gold and picking up the Warlock Sash to get a little bit extra mana, health, and magic.
The Warlock Sash is a pretty decent defensive item on top of having those stacks that will steadily increase your power as the game goes on. And of course, unlike Doom Orb, those are permanent stacks. Oh, Dabeer going in for a full-on assault again, chopping Nikobe down, but just manages to heal up again.
It's the same situation. He goes in, gets that damage, does nothing to prevent the fact that she can heal it back up, and because of that, once she gets in that lane of safety, she just fires back. She throws off her ones.
Now, Dabeer wisely knows he does not have the advantage there and just flees. Although, oddly enough, he's still sticking in lane. I don't think he's got enough power to actually burn Hell down.
Your middle tower is under attack.
No, I mean, we're going to continue to harp on it, but he needs something to prevent her healing. It's the only way he's going to be able to pick up the kill on her because Hell has that ability to just get her health back so quickly. She has that cooldown reduction capped right now. She can get to her heal very, very easy. He doesn't have a silence or anything like that. No real CC at all, to be honest. So he needs something to prevent that healing.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I think he might lose his tower at this rate.
Yeah, that tower's going to go down. Hell has a great wave clear on her. She is a very good champion, or god rather. She has everything built into her kit to survive and to push lanes.
Dabeer now choosing Hasten Fatalis to keep in full speed while attacking. Could be useful for chasing down Hell, and it does seem to be working for him right now. And, oh, yes, we get the first kill of the match with Dabeer finally taking down Nikobe.
Picked up the Hasten Fatalis and managed to just keep up with her to the point where she couldn't escape even afterwards.
At this point, he still needs either Working and Curse, Brawler's Beat Stick, something to keep those heals down. Because now he's got that advantage. And keeping Hell from being able to heal would be a definite boost to his overall effectiveness in this match.
Yeah, he's now starting to get a gold advantage going in his lane and in his swing. It's not a big one. It's only a couple hundred gold, but he is able to start pushing down tower. Hell's not going to be up for another 6 seconds. He's got a full minion wave. He may be able to not take this tower down, but at least deal some very heavy damage to it. He decides to completely forego the minions and might just focus on that. Might be a poor idea. Yep, he is going to retreat off of that and back off.
To flee back to base instead of actually going after one of the buff camps. Nikobe now slowly moving forward, just in case. I believe Nikobe right now is kind of in fear of thinking that maybe Dabeer might be in the jungle waiting for him.
Yeah, he's heading over towards that damage camp. Actually not looking to grab it, though. Just checking to see if Dabeer's around there. Heads back, and now the minion's just going to kind of push back out.
Had Nikobe waited just a bit, would have actually seen Dabeer, so now Dabeer's back there, free to get the damage camp. Hell choosing to push again. Dabeer's probably going to try to sneak up around behind Nikobe once he goes for that Phoenix.
Phoenix is under attack.
Has to watch out. The Phoenix is now gained attack, and Nikobe does have a way to get out of here. Things go bad. He puts down the ult. Dabeer is going in for that damage. The heals come out, the cleanse to escape, and we're going to see if Dabeer's going to chase.
Dabeer manages to chase again. Again, using both dashes when it's really not necessary. I'm not sure if he even knows he can cancel out of that. Again, had he just used the one dash to catch up and then start hitting, he'd have had a little bit more of an advantage. And this will officially be the last match of the night, as it is now 9 o'clock.
Oh, we're not going to headline.
Do you want to go up? I think you are technically the last match of you versus Sean.
I don't want to force anyone to stay up too late.
I don't even mean about staying up. It's about, oh no, I don't think Dabeer has the advantage here. Why is, oh no, what is going, no. Oh, no, it did not work out for Dabeer.
Yeah, that that's the thing, is that Nikobe with Hell is able to deal a lot of damage. That 3 that she has on Dark Stance just hits like an
Your
absolute
middle
truck.
Phoenix is under attack.
And Dabeer doesn't have any defensive items at all. He is building just pure innate just damage, or rather he's building pure damage and waiting for that innate tankiness that comes with warriors to help him out there.
Now you will know pain. I will protect you.
Nikobe is fleeing. Dabeer's now going to have to push back some
Your
minion
middle
waves.
Phoenix is under attack.
Dabeer has picked up Quinn size. Nikobe did in fact pick up not only Warlock Sash, but also Gem of Isolation. And is now going for Steel Mail, which I'm not sure what that builds into.
That could build into a lot of different things. Mystical Mark, the Regeneration Armor, could build into a Sovereignty. You might even go for that.
Again, Dabeer focusing on the damage camp. Nikobe just pushing lane at this point. Dabeer, I think, once again, is going to try to go up behind. Wait for Nikobe to make more of a push, but that might not work with all the minions behind him. Oh, Dabeer, once again, doing some serious
Hell
damage.
is very tanky right now. She has just an absurd amount of health. Although it doesn't seem to help too much, Dabeer has that shred with the Quinn size.
Had Dabeer just pick up one item that keeps Hell from healing, and he would probably have most of these fights.
More than that, if Nikobe actually picked up the rod that gave an extra boost to healing, he might be able to even turn a lot of these fights around completely. I mean, it's one hand to say Dabeer needs to be counter building. Nikobe should also be counter building, and notice that Dabeer isn't doing that. And I would focus even more on getting a little extra healing there. Again with the ult going and attacking. Now we're seeing another battle here going around. Dabeer with like no health left.
He had it in the favor, but then Nikobe just starts hitting extremely hard, and Dabeer was not able to take that.
And we're going to see another push onto the Phoenix here.
Your middle Phoenix is under attack.
Could this possibly break the curse of the Law side versus Chaos side?
It's like Undertaker's streak being broken, but just sadder somehow.
Dabeer now picked up Warded Shield, so see how that turns out. Again, Nikobe was Steel Mail, but didn't go back for anything yet, and heading back now. Steel Mail is going to become a Hide of the Nemean Lion. Ouch. That is going to cause some shit.
Your middle tower.
Dabeer looking to get a little bit of revenge strike on the tower and takes it down fairly simply.
Destroyed a middle enemy
And
tower.
not going with the heal buff there, but is going into an enchanted trinket. Might be building that into Polynomicon. I forget the other item it builds into. Might be going into that instead.
Dabeer using his ult manages to do a little bit of damage, but Nikobe, of course, with Hide of the Nemean Lion, now every swipe is going to cause some damage. Nikobe just taking all of these hits.
Taste my blade.
It's shocking that Nikobe, as hell, is the one who is building tankier than Nemesis.
I will protect you.
And she's basically full health again.
Nikobe's just very, very slowly with Hell, just kind of pushing, but not really making the full-on shove. And then
Your middle Phoenix.
just every time just making more and more. Just a very steady push. Dabeer's just trying to get some attacks off, missing with his two.
No, I think he actually hit. It just didn't do a lot of damage.
kind of having to worry about minions. Just absurd amounts of damage going around. No, Nikobe heals up everything that Dabeer had just done. Dabeer's just doing his best swatting just uselessly against Nikobe right now. Dabeer did pick up Runic Shield, which will boost his magical protection and his physical power, and boost his magical protection anytime he's hit with an ability. So that's probably why he's not being taken down as quickly, but he's still not really putting out the damage.
On guard.
It's very back and forth fights right now. That and there's the 2-level difference. Ah, now just 1 level difference. Oh, we've got a little bit more push. Nikobe now being actually pretty badly hurt by Dabeer's attacks. Dabeer might have Nikobe, yes!
And wow.
Did not see that in his favor, but that just, he managed to outlast. But Nikobe did pick up a Polynomicon. Runic Shield, not a bad item.
Now that's good. I mean, the big thing with Warriors right now, and the reason why they're getting so much of a nerf, is because they're inherently very good at both dealing damage and taking damage, and that's why Quinn's size is getting changed, because really all they need is that one item and they can chunk down any squishy target. That's what makes them so viable to pick up with just a couple defense items and just get 1 or 2 offensive items, and they are absolutely just great at never dying and then tearing someone down.
I think Dabeer figured it out now because he did in fact pick up a Creepier Curse, which I believe is the one that builds into the Weakening Curse. Unfortunately,
Yes,
right
that'll
now it's
build into them.
only going to help slow. He did pick up a Titan's Bane for a little bit more penetration as well.
One item I think that would be really helpful in his build right now would be the Frostborn Hammer to get that extra health, a little extra physical damage in there, but also that key slow. It looks like his thing is that she gets away a lot, and we're seeing another encounter go down.
Yeah, and Dabeer's just burning down Nikobe now. But no, not enough. Nope. No, just the slow helps. Hell's managing to, to keep alive.
Oh, that was so close.
I think what we're seeing right now is if Nikobe doesn't flee, 1v1 fight advantage is Dabeer. It's all Dabeer at this point. At this point, it doesn't even seem like Nikobe's doing as much damage as he originally was to Dabeer.
Well, he doesn't have any of the huge items for that right now. He doesn't have, a Soul Reaver. He doesn't have a Banecraft's Talent. He doesn't have a Rada Tahuti. He has some of these smaller items which have very utility-focused passives. And then the Polynomicon, it's a great item, but he doesn't have that insane burst to him right now.
Dabeer did manage to build into a Weakening Curse, meaning he knows exactly what he's doing at this point. Using the Weakening Curse and chopping
There
up
it
Nikobe.
goes.
Yeah, that's it. Nikobe is done.
Oh, did you see that heal she tried to get off?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing out of it. And you think if he had built that earlier, it probably would have made things a little bit quicker. But as you can see, that advantage against the Hell just completely obliterates what she has.
Dabeer did... Nah, Nikobe did pick up an improved Aegis, and has built that into an Aegis Pendant. I don't know if that's going to be enough for her, though.
The problem with the Aegis, especially that particular one,
Your
is
middle
that...
Phoenix is under
I'm sorry,
attack.
he did build the one that allows you to move, so he does have the one that allows you to move, so that will help. But the Aegis is
Your
just...
team has
It's
destroyed
really
the
something
middle
that's
enemy
hard to use in a
Phoenix.
1v1 joust, because even though you're protecting yourself, who's going to help you? You're still in the same situation you were before.
Dabeer once again taunting the Titan to get the Titan out, but the Titan does not follow him. At this point, Dabeer looks like he might just flee.
Your Titan is
Get
under
a little bit
attack.
more of a minion push. He knows Nikobe's back now. No, he doesn't. He's gonna fight Nikobe here. I think Nikobe knows that at this point. Depending on the cooldown of Weakening Curse right now, which is 60 seconds, which is pretty short for some actives.
Yeah, we're seeing the scaling is now falling out of the favor of Nikobe. He doesn't have the items or the penetration that really pack that punch, so it's a little bit harder for him to do that wave clear, especially against these fire minions.
At one point, it looked like Dabeer was about to try to sneak around the back of Nikobe, but it looks like he's just going to push with his minions. No, he's going to wait. I think Nikobe knows that if he pushes too far forward, Dabeer's just going to come jumping out of the jungle and take him down. Oh, again with a weakening curse, and just chopping up Nikobe. Tries to heal. Oh, just to get away. Oh, it looks like... No! Dabeer again! Kind of screwing himself over with those double dashes.
That second dash took him right out of the lane for that. He could have had the kill there. He was in front of Nikobe, but just dashed a second time.
It's almost out of anger, just goes rushing and taking out Nikobe, and then just fleeing from the Titan.
Your Titan is under attack.
And Dabeer has now picked up that elixir of power. He's looking to finish us off, increase his physical power by 25%. That's going to be basically him going for a curtain call here. He just needs to get the kill. Actually, the
He didn't even have to, yes. That would have been... That was it. We did not break the curse. Chaos Scythe again taken down.
Other side OP, man.